Hey there, Civ fans. Welcome back to the channel, where we can conquer empires, build civilization, and make history. Today, we are diving into one of the most exciting changes in Civilization 7, settling your cities. Whether you are a seasoned strategist or a newbie just starting out, this guide will help you master the art of setting in Civ 7. Let's get into it. Well, this is the settler finding a place to settle down the city. We are playing in as a Catherine in Greece. And if we look out which continent we are in. It's Laurentia. Okay, let's get started into it. So, first up, we will talk about capital placement. In previous Civ games, we had to sweat over finding the perfect hill or that sweet spot with tons of production. But in Civ 7, relax. The game has leveled up the playing field. No matter where you settle, your capital gets solid base yield, which is food, production, and happiness all are guaranteed. That means you have got a way more flexibility to choose a spot that fits your strategy. Want to settle near a river? Go for it. Prefer a coastal start? You do you. Okay, coming back. Now, let's turn on the yield lens and see which will be the better placement here. Okay, let me explain that, Jay. So in Civ 7, we have to work around leader biases as well. So our leader is a cultural and a scientific person, and our settler is standing on a tile, which is not. It's a seasonal river. It's not a navigable river. And looking at as in the early strategies, we have to look for a specific tile which is high in food and production and the initial advantage to settle our city close to any nearby luxury resource, which will help us uh, to get a benefit, like be at advantage at our early turns. So now this particular spot is seems like a very sweet spot because as you can see it's on the fresh water, then it's close to silk, it's close to jade. So see, this is tundra, and if we look at Catherine's profile, great works, additional slot. Okay, yeah. City settled in tundra gain science equal to 25% of their culture. So in tundra, then in tundra we are like, if we place tundra, so here we're getting one food, one culture, and one happiness. So we can settle our city here to get that 25% science on culture, which is a huge deal for us. But then it would be away from the ivory and then silk. So we want location somewhat like which makes jade and silk and ivory in close proximity. But then if we settle here, it's nearby. It's not on the river, on the fresh water, but it's giving me one production, one happiness. Whereas this style is giving me two food, which is close to silk and also close to ivory, but it would be away from jade. But jade, I'm not that bothered at the moment because like we can explore it on the later part, and it's not the priority right now. So I think I want to go with this style because my early priority is to get food, at least gain advantage on food production. So I'm gonna move my settler here, and then I will say next one. Obviously, I don't want to waste moving my settler too much on very early to this game because it would exhaust my turn levels. But then in some cases it gets mandatory. Okay, I have settled my city here, and I'm opening my yield tab again. Okay, so any city would give you +5 food, +5 production, and +5 happiness. Like irrespective, you have irrespective of whether your city is located on a freshwater or away from the freshwater or in nearby. So it's like how to settle a city. If it's a river, then we prefer settling a city on it. If it's a navigable river, then it's ideal to place your city adjacent on the adjacent isle around navigable river. So that's one tip for settling your city. Now let's move ahead. I'm gonna move ahead. Okay, I'm gonna throw some random production. Okay, obviously scout I would, and I'm not sending my scout anywhere. Okay, now I have to grow my city. Now if I choose this will give me one food, one culture, and silk, which will give me additional 10% on my culture. If I expand to ivory, then 10% on production. Wonders place towards tropical plains and desert, and this will give me 15% gold. Okay, so gold is important, and plus it is giving me happiness food. It becomes an important it becomes important resource for me. But then right now, so what happens where the city is placed, none of the it's might be showing the boundaries like this, but I'm not getting anything out of it right now. This style, if I'll expand here, it will give me farm, this will give me plantation, but then I want that additional 10% on my culture. So I mean, I can choose this, but then I have to quickly move down to the jade, so I would prefer selecting this. So it's moving me, it gave me a farm which enhanced my food production by 2, and I have gained a farm here. Okay, I'm not moving my scout anywhere right now. I'll give additional site to it, so we don't have anything. This will give me grassland, and tundra might give me more food. Okay, I will straight away move to, because I don't have pastures right now, so researching animal husbandry would not make sense at this moment. So let me go buy pottery. Okay, granary I can, but then and granary gives good yield at farm, pastures, and plantation. Yep. Okay, so granary can make sense to me. Granary here. Okay, so this is called leapfrogging technique. Actually, what I did is, if I want to build a saw pit for my woodcutters and a granary for my fruit production, so like I have queued saw pit after granary, but if I queue it for, if I move it up on the queue, then what it'll do is it'll vacate my saw pit, and all the population will move from saw pit building to granary building. And if I do opposite, then saw pit granary would be deserted to build my saw pit. So that's how this is called leapfrog techniques, that which is amazing in Civ 7 that we can do. Let me just quickly show you the terrain and biome yields. Now here where things get interesting. In Civ 7, even the tundra isn't the city wasteland it used to be. Yield in less favorable biomes are now at par with fertile areas like grasslands. That's right. Settling in snow or desert isn't just viable, it can be strategically awesome. So don't shy away from the weaker biomes, they might just surprise you. All the grasslands are giving you food plus happiness. Marsh wet is giving you two food and plus 1 happiness. So this can be a deciding factor also based on the leader biases, where you want to expand or settle your tundra. So flat tundra is giving me culture and happiness. Flat tundra, culture and happiness, and somewhere it's giving me, so it's either culture happiness or culture or production, because as per the leader bias, Catherine is scientific and a cultural person. Obviously science is something which we might have to construct more build to boost our science production. These are a few points one must keep in mind while deciding to settle the city. If we check out our resource allocation, we only have silk. Now how resources is giving me 10% on culture, but resource allocation is still not opened up for us because we might have to research some civic to unblock our resource allocation feature. Okay, for the time being, let's just focus on getting jade into our city.
There is another way.
Okay, now we are picking this jade quarry and it will give us 15 plus gold. Our gold is 150 and we're getting plus 5. Let's see how it changes after we have this jade quarry. When it comes to Pantheon, I always go for God of Sun. You can also choose if others have not taken the other one. But I always go for God of Sun because it gives me plus on every production item. See now, jade and silk has given, we are standing on 13 food production, 13 on food, 7 on production. Okay, this is the ideal placement of the other city. Let's do it.
Is like our veins.
Oh my god, we just unlocked a natural wonder, and settling near a natural wonder adds up to your resources good time. Now this is another trick for settling up your city. If you come across a natural wonder, try to civilization. Now I'm going to give you a couple of more examples with the different terrains. Our settler has reached a plain. Let's open up the yield. This continent is Rodinia. It seems to be a desert. Now opening a settler lens, this is city and this is nearby a freshwater as it is saying. If we locate here, then we are reachable to gold. We want that early. We are closer to pasture and we are closer to marble. So our first priority would be to take up gold, then take pasture, and then moving on to marble. Now, fresh water is critical. As so, before we plop down our city, there's one thing we absolutely need to check, which is fresh water. Setting without it will be a big mistake. So our city will take a happiness hit, of course, and nobody wants that. So we are using a settler lens to scout the fresh water. Red means no go. Yellow means set label but no water, and green, that's the golden ticket. Aim for the green if you can. So let's aim for that and let's settle here. Hey settler, settle here. Okay, Vasset is the city's name. Now we need to production, and obviously we'll go by scout. Then comes the new turn. I'll give the oversight to my scout to see where you wanna. So giving oversight and choosing a scout before a military unit. Why? Because I want to expand the horizon and this purview of the scout so that I know where I want to expand my city with the motive of getting a better view of available resources nearby so that I can expand to those areas where I can grasp more and more resources in my early first 10 turns. So here we got a best placement because we had gold pasture and mine and a salt quarry nearby. So it's clear that we want to go for gold first and then pasture and then the other resources. So we'll be clocking in 4 of the resources in probably in first 10 turns. But if there are far, 2-3 tiles above, so you might need a scout to direct you to expand into which direction in order to get those resources into your city. Now we have a pasture nearby and we know we want to expand to those pastures. I will straight away research animal husbandry because it's saying that it'll give me +1 production on camps woodcutter, and and +1 food on pastures as well. So it will give me food as well. So I'm researching animal husbandry in my first production, and I need one more scout. So my population is 2 now, and I'm getting my first go for Grow City first notification. Okay, I can get the clay pit, or I can get a farm, but I need access to both. Let's get a farm. So see, in a single grow I have acquired gold and pasture now, and next grow I'll take gold, and then I'll take pasture. Next turn, priority is to get +2 food and +2 production tiles and some luxury resource like cotton, gold. So gold will give +20 gold towards purchasing building, and this will give me happiness, and it will give me +1 strength on my cavalry units. So in early games, you want to prioritize tile with +2 food and +2 production. There are your bread and butter for growth and building. And don't forget luxury resources like cotton, gypsum, gold. They'll give you extra happiness and yields. Settle near these, you'll be off to a roaring start. Speaking of the early games, here's to plan. Focus on growth and production. Send out your scouts to explore and secure key resources. And don't forget to settle near luxury and strategic resources like iron. This will set you up for success in the mid to late game. Remember, a strong start leads to a strong finish. This is a navigable river. Oh, and I see the cotton, and cotton is a luxury resource for early start because it gives +2 food and +2 production. So I have to now expand here. And how I got to know this? Because I use my scout for their site speciality. I can build another city here because I can see gold and gypsum nearby, which are luxury resources, and it's grassland as well. I need a settler. We might want to build another city. So this was on another example with Amina, with Egypt, right? Okay, now I'll just quickly save this and we'll move on to another one for one more example. I want to give you one more with Batuta with Persian Empire. I'll give you some example. Like in grassland, prioritize freshwater and high yield tiles for desert start. Focus on date and pastures. And another one is, you can gamble it through. It's always said that place your city nearby a freshwater resource. But what if the freshwater resources is not available nearby? I want to add one more perspective to this. Now, this is in Persia, and this continent is Zania, and this is saying it has a freshwater resource nearby. But it's always advised to locate to settle your city in nearby where the fresh water is available. But what if I have resources away from the fresh water? Like if I initially want to emphasize on production of food in my city, then I can settle my city away from the fresh water. But through the settler tile is showing me I need date and I need cotton, both. But if I settle here, I'll have access to dates, and cotton is too far away from me. So what if I go here and then settle for dates and cotton both? in this case, what we'll do is we'll move around a bit through our settler. It would like exhaust some of our turns in initial, uh, very initial of this game, but then let's gamble it. I mean, gamble start. I mean, we can weigh the risk and reward for moving our settler. Each start requires a different approach, so adapt the strategy accordingly. Let's try it. So in this case, my settler will move around one tile at a time. So if I say 3 by 3, but then we can move it here. I'm opening settler again, and I'll place my city here. See, now I have access to both cotton and dates both. But obviously, let's see. If I'm opening heel style, it's always a scout. When it has to choose production, always a scout. So right now, like I said before, depending on if you built your city on the freshwater or away from the freshwater, your city will always gonna generate 5 food, 5 happiness, 5 production. But it is nearby a freshwater resources, so I have happiness plus 5. Otherwise, it would have given me 0 here. Let's continue. Scout is ready. I'm going to give a little oversight right this time. So +1 sites is opened up. Okay, now next would be technology. I don't have pastures nearby. I have flat grassland for ivory. Then this side I have incense, which will give me science. And I have a bias on science, but we do have jade here, which will give me culture, and this side I have science. So let's choose, and I am nearby water bodies, so let's go by sailing, which will be like economical boost because we are nearby, so we'll have access to sailing away before ahead. Granary, we do have date plantation, we do have cotton plantation, so we can build a granary here. Okay, we'll have, I mean, +2 production and +2 food is with cotton as well, and then with the date is it happiness. So first we'll research cotton, and then in the next time we will research date. And whenever your leader has some points here, it means some leader attributes are available. Let's check it out. Infantry unit 3 combat strength when attacking. Unique units it has age, okay, diplomat and expansionist. So Ibn Battuta is a diplomat, and that I have chosen. So I have 1 expansionist, 25 production towards training settlers, and 1 diplomat, and I would want influence because I want to enhance on my diplomatic skills. Let's go ahead to new turn. Independent villages are nearby. As we can see, there's scouts roaming around our city. Okay, we have reached another grove, so we want dates now. So now we have dates and we have cotton. So see, both luxury units we already have, and you can see the boost that we're getting. +2 gold, +12 food, and +7 happiness due to dates. So happiness has boosted, dates has boosted happiness, and cotton has boosted production. So that's how both of them are on 7-7, and both of the tile dates and cotton is boosting food. So hence food is 12 and gold is coming from the city. Next turn. So we're moving ahead to jade from this side. So we will get 15% gold plus food, culture and happiness with jade, and this will give me science. So I'll expand towards incense stick first before the jade. It's all about the priorities and the game objective and the kind of event you want to happen. comfortable right now. Granary is built. Okay, growing again. Fine. Got a farm. Technology. Pottery would be more economical and scientific for me. Spada is unique, I guess. Unique military unit. I need what, a warrior. I need a settler. I need a galley. It's just a naval unit. The type of government I would have is... So Ibn Battuta is not about science and culture, so oligarchy. Obviously I'll emphasize on tool making as Ibn Battuta. Next turn. Okay, units are ready. Babies, come here. You don't want to come? Need to come. And then fortify here. What? This will give me 10 production. I'm not worried about production right now. Oops. Oops, we have a city here. Let's see, we have incense, we have fresh water. Okay, let's settle then. I want this incense. I think we'll have this incense now. Come here, scout. Come here, my scout. What do we do? Let's see. Incense ready. Okay, before placing cotton we were at 25 and 8. And before placing dates we were at 22 and 8. So dates boosted 25 and 8. Cotton boosted our resources by 27 and 10. And then incense we will see 27.5, 10, 4. But we have army commander. I think you got the insight now, like how to find where to settle the city, how to choose different resources, what each resource and kind of resource help you to gain initial boost on your productions. So I think you have it. So this is the ultimate guide to settling in Civilization 7. Whether you're playing it safe or taking risk, these tips will help you building a thriving civilization from the ground up. If you found this video helpful, smash the like button, drop a comment with your favorite setting, strategy, and subscribe for more Civ 7 content. Until next time, keep building, keep conquering, and keep making history. See you in the next video.